Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Umbrella Fight. My name is Nathan, and we're doing a duo podcast today. I've only got my buddy John with me. John, how you doing,
Dude,
man?
yeah, we're here, man. We're here.
I would say solo dolo,
What
but
is
that's
this?
not quite accurate.
Yeah. No. We're like, I don't think there's a way to do
No,
a
it's not.
duo
I'm not
one.
that clever to come up with something that quickly either.
No.
But yeah, our buddy Devyn, he's on vacation right now, enjoying some much needed time off. Hardworking man, that guy.
He
So
deserves it.
yeah, kick back, relax, buddy, while you listen to this. And also cry that you're not with us because we're crying inside as well, my friend.
Yeah, tears.
Big tears. Yeah, so real quick, some housekeeping. We're doing a stream of Hollow Knight right now. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Starts at 9:30 most of the time if I don't push it back half an hour for whatever reason. But yeah, we're just kind of burning through the game and it's been a lot of fun. John, you ever play Hollow Knight? I know the answer to that question, but I want you to
No,
say it
no,
anyway.
I haven't. Wow, you like just publicly shame me.
A little bit, but
No,
only a little bit.
no, but yeah, I haven't played Hollow Knight. I am looking at getting it on my Switch,
It's
just
definitely a
because
good Switch game.
yeah, I feel like it would be, and I can be portable with it. Um, So yeah,
Yeah,
I am looking at playing it though. I'd like to beat it before Silk Song comes out.
let's see. What time is it? You've got like a week. Think you can
Okay,
crank through
never
the
mind.
Hollow
I thought
Knight
it was
through?
no, not at all. I thought I was like a month away.
Nah, man. Hollow Knight Silk Song, excuse me, comes out on September 4th, which incidentally is the day that I go on vacation. So sad face, I'm not going to be able to stream that day one. But come that Sunday, I should be arriving back, and I am going to stream that all day. And I'm off on Monday. I'm going to stream it all day there too. So come join us on the Umbrella Fight YouTube and make fun of me of how bad I am at that game. I don't expect to finish it. It seems massive. John, did you watch the trailer for Silk Song at all? Have you seen that thing?
No, I haven't.
Brother, you should check it out. It's wild. It's really uh it man, those guys know how to do some artwork, you know. They put this trailer together that really is nice and thought out. It showcases a lot of the great content that seems to be in the game. And based on what I'm seeing here in the numbers, they said like 200 enemies. That sounds like a massive game.
Dang.
200 different types of enemies, I should say. 40 bosses. Good God.
40 bosses?
40.
40 bosses.
40. And incidentally, there was roughly that many bosses in Hollow Knight. Let me actually double check that number real quick.
Yeah,
Jamie, pull that shit up.
yeah, Jamie.
All right, boss count. Well, while that's loading, 47. Okay, so there's actually a ton more bosses. However, if you're counting all of the unique and variants, that's what stretches that number out a little bit more. And there are some joke bosses like there's a really great comedic relief character named Zote. And he thinks he's the greatest warrior, and he's got this cocky attitude. He calls his sword the Life Ender. It's so cheesy. But you do fight him inside his dream in that game, and it turns out he's super awesome inside his own head. That boss is a doozy of a fight, I gotta say.
Man.
But yeah, let me know when you pick that one up. I'd be curious to know how your experience is with that. I guess I don't have to ask you what you're playing because I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes, sir.
Great.
I want to point
Go
out real
ahead.
quick that you got somebody in our audience to pick that back up and give it another whirl.
That's
And
so hype.
yeah, mega hype. Shout outs to my brother-in-law. Yeah, tell us what's going on with the adventures of Arthur Morgan as of late.
Oh. So I got to play some yesterday. Unfortunately, this week I've been busy, so I haven't been able to play as much as I want to. But over the long
Sure.
weekend, I'm hoping to get a good shift in. Um,
Nice.
but no, well, Arthur Morgan currently he's journaling a lot more.
Yeah.
So previously, right, like anytime that you would know that Arthur journaled because it would just give you like a little notification like journal updated.
Yeah.
But lately, they've actually been giving his journal writing like actual cutscenes.
Screen
Where
time for
like,
the journal.
yeah,
You got
like
a
the
promotion.
journal. No, literally, the journal's been getting screen time. So
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, no, it's I think it's Rockstar saying, "Hey, you should read this if you haven't." By the way, like if you haven't read this at all in the whole game, you should do that now.
Give the player a
But
motive.
yeah, right. So Arthur Morgan right now, he's kind of at least my instance of Arthur Morgan, I should say, he's kind of like invincible, low key. I'm just like so stacked with weapons and money that like um good luck collecting my bounty. You're not going to get that from me. But
You could just pay it off, I guess, but where's the fun in that, right?
no, I'm not paying it. It's the principle of it. I'm not paying it.
The principle. I love it.
But right now it feels like the game's leading toward a big decision.
Mm.
And from my understanding, at the end of chapter 3, there is kind of a big decision you have to make. Um, and it's cool because like the game is kind of like foreshadowing that. Like Arthur, it seems he's writing in his journal a lot more. Um, because
His
I'm not
thoughts
sure
are
if
kind of
he's
his
yeah, he's
thoughts are
like
kind of boiling inside his head, so he's got to get it
right.
more out.
Right. Like it's
Okay.
almost like he doesn't know how it's gonna go. You know what I mean? It's like he
Mm.
doesn't know what he's gonna decide. Like those
That's
are the
tough.
vibes I get from Arthur right now. And it's crazy that Rockstar is able to convey that in a game, by the way. Like that deep level of like, I don't know, emotional turmoil. I think that's just crazy to be able to see in a freaking video game.
Yeah.
But
You love to see it. Really. I
no,
mean,
yeah, it's awesome.
because yeah, I mean, as you go through and you play, there's a lot of mechanical stuff you're doing, but really, you're making heavy decisions. Somebody's broke down on the
Yeah.
side of the road, and you're like, you can just drive by, and nope, f you, I'm out. Or you can
Bye.
get coaxed by your fellow compadre that's with you, like, hey, we should help them out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and we
oh,
were talking
and
off the podcast. You mentioned a line from his
dude,
journal.
yes, I'm so happy you brought that up. But yeah, so quite literally, there was an instance when this was maybe about last week when I got to do this part. But we were out on a mission with Charles, kind of scouting out a new campsite, and we come across this German family. It's like a wife and her two kids, and they're terrified. Like they're hiding under like a wagon with a shotgun because they're scared. And essentially, their father, the lady's husband, was kidnapped. So Charles, the
Damn.
compadre that's with Arthur, is like, we gotta go get him. Like I see the tracks, like they went that way. And Arthur's like, we don't like these guys nothing to do with us. Like, what do you mean? And like
Pass.
Charles is like, come, like, what are you talking? Like, let's go. And so, Arthur begrudgingly, I might add, gets on his horse, and we get the guy, and Arthur brings him back to the family. They're super grateful. Turns out they're actually like uber rich, so they gave Arthur a like a whole gold ingot, which I
Dang.
haven't sold yet. Which I don't even know how much it's worth, but I should probably look into that.
Yeah.
Um, but after that, the mission ends, and you like teleport like when the camp is done, and Arthur's sitting at this dock overlooking this lake, and he's just writing. And so I read what he's writing, and he talks about how he wishes that he could be more like Charles, right? Charles doesn't think to do good; he just does it. It's just the way that Charles reacts.
Oh, that's
And then
heavy.
it's extremely heavy. And then he goes on a couple lines, and he writes that I wonder how this battle within me of good versus evil is gonna end. And
Wow.
it's just like boom, you know, because like
Tactical
you
nuke from
get to
orbit
decide.
to the heart, man.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like you get to decide. Like you, the player, gets to decide how that battle goes for Arthur.
Oh
So
boy.
I think that's like, man, it got me like even more invested because it's like now I want to see, how that battle wages out.
How do you feel your version of Arthur Morgan is coming along? Like, if he was in, are you familiar with Infamous? All have you ever played that game?
No, heard
It's
of it
pretty.
though.
Sidebar:
Familiar with it.
Infamous is dope. The original. You're a superhero. What can throw and control electricity? His name is Cole. And if you're good Cole, you have blue lightning, and if you're bad Cole, you have red lightning. Does Arthur Morgan have blue lightning or red lightning at this point? What do you think?
He has blue lightning for sure.
Oh, okay,
For sure. No, like
that's good.
Arthur, yeah, Arthur. It's kind of hard to explain. Arthur is kind of like in anti-hero status right now, in my
Hmm.
opinion.
Okay.
You know, by the law, wanted man. Like they want him to hang, you know. But
Yeah.
by the common people, that's it's a solid dude right there.
Yeah. He'll help you out, and then you just owe him a gold bar. That's all.
Yeah.
Those are worth a lot of money, by the way.
Dude, I know like I keep forgetting because I already have so much money. I have like 3K
Yeah.
just sitting.
You're gonna get
I should
another.
probably
You want me to tell you how much? I'm looking at it right now.
n- no, I want to save it for
Okay.
myself.
Okay. Good.
Just so I can
I
be
won't
like,
drop it then.
what? But no, you know what? I should probably invest in the camp a little bit. I think like currently camp funds, they have like $60.
Oh my god, dude, share the wealth.
I mean, bro, like they're stocked up. Like we have provisions, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're
Yeah. Yeah.
eating,
They have what they need.
but like yeah, like they're good.
My
They're
kingdom
not
can eat
hungry.
its food.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
at least that, right? You're not forsaking them completely. You just happen to control the means of production.
Yeah, I happen to probably have the most money, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I'm really glad that you're playing him like a straight laced character because it could be really easy to play as the bad karma, so to speak. I imagine.
Yeah.
Because I kind of did the same thing when I played. Because I played through up through chapter 3, and the decision that I made at the end of chapter 3 was like really really heavy, and at the time it was a combination of like, wow, that's a little much to take. I'm gonna step away from this game, but also I was playing it on the PlayStation 4, so the load times were awful, just awful. But I do want to go back and play it. I mean, you talk about it every podcast, and it just kind of amps me up more.
No, it's such a good game.
It really
Like
is.
peak game.
Peak. I was gonna say, would you consider it peak?
It is no, it's peak fiction. Like that is yes,
Yeah, sure.
peak indeed.
I feel like GTA is the Looney Tunes of Rockstar games. Just the silliness, and it does get kind of wild. What with the, I mean, even GTA 5 had the infamous Trevor torture scene. So that's crazy, right?
Yeah, yeah. No,
But then
Trevor's
Red
done
Dead
some
is
very
is
disgusting
the
things.
Red Dead's like the Rango of Rockstar
Rango.
games, and it
Rango.
Rango freaking dude. Shout outs to Rango.
Good,
Rango goes
good
places.
movie.
Oh my god, I went and saw Rango in the movie theater. Right, as soon as I was done, I stated out loud, "This movie will win an Academy Award. Watch it." And sure enough, that year it won
It
Best
did.
Animated Film.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Shout out to Johnny Depp.
dude, why does that
Shout out
movie
to
go so hard?
no, dude, but like, can you imagine going up to Johnny Depp and be like, "Hey, can you play a gecko? Like,
Right.
can you play a lizard?"
That's a role of a lifetime for anybody, really.
But yeah,
So
shout
yeah,
out to
good.
Johnny Depp for taking
Shout
that
outs to
gig.
Johnny Depp. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you're coming along. Let me know when you get to the end of chapter 3. And actually, I'd be curious to know what happens further down the line because I'm not much of a spoilers kind of guy. I just enjoy being in that world. So whatever happens, even if I know the outcome, it's still like, oh my god, I still get that like, oh shit, I forgot.
Dude, I'm like scared, bro.
You can ask my wife anytime we see something like even a movie we've already watched. I'll be like, oh, he's the killer, and she's like, we've seen this twice. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm stupid, so I get to enjoy
Just
things
wipe your,
multiple times. It's a blessing and a curse.
you just flash your RAM, rewatch it.
Yeah, 100%. So what else is on your plate? Just the RDR? Or you dipping your toes in anything else?
I'll play Doom every now and again.
Which one?
Just to like 2016.
Oh, oh my God, what a comfort game, right?
Right, no, yeah, like it's like if I just want to like no brain for a little bit, I'll just turn on Doom and just kill demons.
It's so good. Are you an ultra violence guy or a nightmare guy?
So this is the thing. I've never looked at the difficulty. I'm playing on whatever the default difficulty is, but
Oh,
I've
okay.
never actually played on like max difficulty.
Huh. So I did. And Nightmare is a brutal test of your skill as a Doom player. I mean, the margin of error that is levied upon you is razor thin. It looks like the middle of the road, hurt me plenty, is the default difficulty, and I actually played it on that the first go round just to kind of I just want to absorb it, and I didn't want to get frustrated. So once I had gone through, I played it again on the PlayStation, and then I played it for a third time on the PC when I got back. I had my PC out of commission for a little bit, but once we stood that back
Yeah.
up, that was the first thing I installed. I freaking love Doom. And not just 2016, although I think personally, as far as all of the entries go, 2016 is peak. But I have yet to play the Dark Ages, so I'll reserve judgment on that one. And when it comes to, yeah, just like you said, if you want to no brain something, Doom is a really great way to like zone out. You know how some people lift and some people run. I play
Yeah.
Doom.
Yeah, no, because like I do play it on because it's like I don't want to get frustrated. Like, I know Doom has very high skill ceiling because like you have
Yeah.
limited resources, you have things that want to kill you uber bad. So like seeing like for example like that Doom Eternal clip I sent you,
Oh
I
yeah.
was being so inefficient. You know what I mean? Like if that clip was in like ultra violence, I would have died in like 2 seconds.
Oh, for sure. And
But
I
like playing on
go
that
ahead.
difficulty, you just get to do stuff. Like in that clip, you just get to wild out.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good to just go through the checklist. Like you get to collect your little Doom dolls, you get to blow up a bunch
Mhm.
of enemies, watch a bunch of heads get ripped apart when you get the berserk mode. Like it's like a boys' playground, that
It's a
game.
good time. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good time.
Absolutely.
So
Which is not to
reliable.
say that, ladies can't enjoy Doom. Go ahead, please, by all means. If you got to rip and tear, you got to rip and tear. Sometimes we all get
And
that urge
tear,
to listen, imp, I'm going to put you in your place, brother. And I'm going to
rip
do it
and
100
tear.
times in a row. Also, shout outs to Mick Gordon. That soundtrack is top notch.
Like
Um,
that. What a heavy guitar.
I think he plays a 9 string, which is a little
Wow.
it's a little absurd, but the culmination of that game for me is actually right up front, where you wake up out of the coffin, you kill a bunch of regular dudes, and as you get through that first imp loaded zone, you get your shotgun for the first time. That elevator ride that you take, and you hear the bass kind of come in,
Yeah.
and then you hear that crazy robot doctor talking over the thing. The smash of the
Samuel
screen.
Hayden.
Yeah. Oh, Dr. Satan. Got it. That's what a
Hmm.
silly joke that is.
Right.
That moment where the elevator doors open and it does the end where it's da 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 da, and the cocking of the shotgun lines right up with the music. I got chills because not only is it cool AF, but it put me right back in 1992 where I had first played. I was like, "What is this game?" And I thought the same thing all over again. Like id Software and Bethesda truly understood what made that game badass, and it just landed right there, perfect.
No, Doom is like that franchise has been treated well.
I believe so. Yeah. Although
Been treated well.
I watched a video today while I was at lunch, and there is something that I had never thought about before, and that is the poor design of the final boss in Doom 2, the Icon of Sin. You know, the big wall that has like the goat head, so what's bleeding, and it's got like a hole in the middle of its forehead where you're supposed to shoot a rocket. Turns out it's John Romero's head behind it. Uh, Somebody pointed out that that is a poor boss design, and because throughout the remainder of those first 31 levels or 29 levels, uh, you are never like explicitly required to shoot a rocket through a tiny hole like that in order to kill anything. That skill is never required of you at any point. And then they drop you in to this final level with this absurd enemy spawner, And on top of it being utter chaos with everything and it's and under the sun being spawned from these stupid cubes that are getting spit out of this goat face, you're also required to shoot a hidden enemy you can't see. It's a little unfair. But I mean,
Dang, whoa.
knowing what I know now about video games, I could come up with a better boss in 5 seconds. However, what are you supposed to do when your game in '92 comes out, takes the computer industry and game industry by complete storm, and you're a multimillionaire essentially overnight, right?
Pretty
How
much.
do you follow that up? It must be an immense pressure to come up with something interesting. Um, so I guess I get it. All
Man,
right.
that it really is crazy. You made so much money off of Doom.
Dude, I read a book.
Like, man.
Highly recommend you read it. It's called The Masters of Doom, and it's essentially just the story of how they got together as id Software, what they were attempting to go for, and the aftermath of releasing Doom to home computers. Because the man, I got to shout outs to Doom like in general. Personally, this is a hot take, but I think Doom is probably the most important computer game ever made.
Mm.
Possibly. It's a good selection if you're going to choose one. Also shout outs to Minecraft cuz damn. But
Mm.
when they were creating Doom, they were using processors that couldn't quite cut it, and I think it was John Carmack came up with the idea of, well, let's just not render what's not on screen. Don't calculate that at all. And it seems like an obvious thing, like if you can't see it, why are you going to draw it? But that had never been done before, right? Because a lot of games you had like single screen games that pre-rendered the background, or you had some of those 3D games that weren't quite 3D, but they were also 2D, so like Wolfenstein and Catacomb. But when Doom came out, to be fair, it's also not true 3D. It is actually a 2D game rendered in a 3D space. But the way that they did it really lent itself to underpowered computers at the time. And so at some point, Doom was installed on more computers than Windows was. Let that sink in.
No way.
Absolutely. Because it ran on DOS.
Wow.
They had a Windows version at some point. Like, Doom was more popular than the most ubiquitous operating system today. Mind blown.
That is an insane feat.
Yeah. And they had their studio in Dallas, Texas. They're driving around on like Ferraris and stuff. Game creators driving around in Ferraris. What is that? Legends in their own day, and they knew it too. They knew it. What they had was really special, and I'm really glad to watch id Software get absorbed by Bethesda and turn into what it is today. It's fantastic.
Yeah, they're still going strong.
Yep. Anything else on your plate? Just those two at the moment? Got your comfort game
right
and your story
now,
game?
correct. Yeah, it's pretty much been it. Um,
Sweet.
no, but this weekend I'm really hoping to play a lot of Red Dead. I'm very excited.
Excellent. I'm excited to hear the tales next week. Obviously, I've been going through. I was doing some Schedule 1. We had a little bump in the road with Schedule 1 because the beta was. I'm hanging out on the Discord for it, right? And the beta was eating people's property. Basically, they'd buy the barn, set up their meth lab, and then they'd load the next day, and it would be for sale, and all their shit was gone. So it made me a little nervous. I have like several exports of the map, so each day, if I loaded up and the barn was gone, I'd dip out. But thankfully, that never happened to me. But I still wanted to tread lightly, and we just got yesterday, I believe, the stable 0.4 release. So and golf clap for Tyler getting that out. Even though it was a little late, it's one man operation. I still. If it took him another 6 months to get a thing out, whatever, dude. It's one guy, and I'm having fun with this little fake drug dealer simulator thing. It's cool. And then
Shout out to Tyler, bro.
big shouts outs to Tyler. And then of course Hollow Knight. Just that's a replay. I can play that game in my sleep. I've beaten it too many times. Doesn't help. But the one thing that I did play that I was actually thoroughly impressed with. It's actually just a demo at the moment. They moved. It's actually supposed to be released on the same day as Silk Song, unfortunately. It's a game called Constance. And Constance is the story is that you play a girl who is struggling with her own mental condition, and as it slowly deteriorates, the levels, go places or whatever. But she's an artist, so her weapon is her giant paintbrush. And man, let me tell you, it plays like Hollow Knight. It feels as good as Hollow Knight. And it's got some good little dash mechanic. When you roll, you like go under the ground as a paint and then like resurface. The animation's super smooth. There's tons of detail. There's like 7 layers of parallax scrolling in the background, so you get this really good sense of
Looks
this
crazy.
area is huge. Yeah, are you looking at it, man?
I'm looking at it on
so
Steam
good
right now.
Yeah,
Wow.
check it out if you guys want to check it out. I made a little demo video. It's about 15 minutes long. Me just noodling around. I put it down only because I had to go to bed that night. But when that game comes out, I think the release date's November 24th. I highly recommend you just toss that on your Steam wish list because if not day one, just wait till it goes on sale. If you're short on a low cash, I can almost guarantee it's going to be a banger. All they need is good level design and good boss design, which I unfortunately did, only got to see a little bit of. And but the combat feels good. It's quick, punchy, colorful. Seems awesome. So shout outs to Constance.
Smooth too. The animation looks smooth.
Mm-hmm. That's the type of game that when you see it, even in a trailer, you're like, okay, some care went into this. They actually took the time to make a high quality product. Which is
pretty.
not,
Like I'm looking at the backgrounds. Like looks like it had a lot of TLC.
Yes,
Like they're very
absolutely.
detailed. Like they're very they're very defined too. Because you see in a lot of games they'll just kind of like blur the background past a certain distance.
Sure.
But it's like no, like you can see like the pretty sky, the clouds. Like looks beautiful.
For sure. You're gonna get a lot of that actually when you play Hollow Knight when you get to that, which I'm very excited to for you to get to at some point. It has a lot of the same level of intricate detail in both the level design, the character design. Each character has its own little emote and voice, so they speak in nonsense, but they don't do like the Banjo Kazooie thing where they're like da 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 da. That has its place, but
that does has its place. Yeah.
There's such a charm to the Banjo Kazooie style of yammering. Shout outs to Nintendo 64 games, all doing that basically. Although I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see GoldenEye remade as a collectathon because I just want to see James Bond going da 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 da. But yeah, that's what's been on my plate. Actually, I don't know. Did I play anything else? I can actually pull up my recently played list on Steam. And actually, that wrong tab. I pulled up Metal Gear Solid Delta, I think. People are crapping on that game right now. Have you seen any info on it?
Is that the new one, the Snake Eater?
Yeah. Well, funny you should say new because it's not.
Well, not new one, but it's a remaster.
Yeah. It's like a remake from the ground up.
This is Metal Gear Solid 3, right?
Absolutely. And I truly don't know what they're doing over there or if it's a shortcoming of the engine, but they're still having problems with it. And you can barely get it to 60 frames a second, even with super high specs. So maybe do a little more optimization, or
yeah, the
compress
reviews
the
are all
textures.
very positive.
Well, that's
on
good.
Steam.
I hope they're not. I hope they're not lying. But
well,
I'm not gonna lie.
That and the top reviews are negative.
Yeah, it says very positive, but I don't know. I'll have to reserve judgment until it's played. That said, it's not made by Hideo Kojima, so how much soul could it possibly have? I don't know. When you lose the original creator to something, have you ever seen it become better or stay the same? Usually I see like a shift in quality that most fans of a certain product, whatever it is, would consider a downgrade.
True. I'm trying to think of an instance where it actually turned out good, and I can't really think of one off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm actually concerned for Schedule 1. Not concerned per se, but I'm curious because Tyler has expressed interest in taking the money that he's made from this and investing in a team to build the game out further. and more expediently in a proper like managed format. And I'm so curious how that's going to shift what the game looks and feels like. Is he going to allow the ideas of others to kind of shape and mold Schedule One as it goes along, or is he very like, no, this is the vision I have for it. I just need y'all to help execute it. I'd be curious to find that out,
We should get him on the pod, bro.
dude. And actually, it's probably like what 10:30 in the morning where he's at. I think he's in Australia. So I mean, it's entirely possible we do this late enough at night. He might be willing to join. I'll ping I'll ping the Discord and see if we
Dude,
can get him on here for an
hey, what
interview.
do we lose? What do we lose, bro? You know?
Nothing, nothing. But
Nothing.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael
Yeah,
Scott.
Michael Scott, bro.
Yep. Shout
Shout
outs
out to
to
Michael Scott,
Michael
man.
Scott. Ridiculous. But yeah, that's by the way, if you guys can't tell, I'm feeling a little allergic at the moment. I'm on several medications that are placating everything, but dang, it's pollen central around here. So if my voice sounds a little funny, that's exactly why.
This
So
IRL schedule one, bro.
yeah. Wait, what? Say that one more time. Oh, IRL schedule one. Yeah.
IRL schedule one.
See, it's taken me a second to compute. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. I've been going through that kind of stuff. I've been like, surfing and trying to find some smaller indie games to play and kind of just get some unique ideas on the table. I played fairly recently. I played one called Ton Net, where you play like a robot who's building a network underneath some tunnels. That was fun. I played the Asian '90s cop shoot 'em up. I guess it would just be like a straight up boomer shooter called Cop Bastard. That was fun. We have a video, excuse me, for that on YouTube right now. But yeah, so I know you're playing a very story centric game right now in Red Dead 2. And you've got your non-story centric game, which Doom is decidedly like, what is a story? Who cares?
Yeah, pretty much.
Which one of those is your more go-to in your gaming habits?
Ooh.
Or do you somewhere in between, where you make your own stories out of the fun that you have with your friends, a la Rocket League or what's that soccer one you're playing? Rematch?
Rematch. Rematch. So, so honestly, I do love a good story. I played one of the bigger video games I first ever played when I got my Xbox One was Destiny.
Okay.
So that was a very story-driven game. Like there was a lot of lore, and I was really invested in the Destiny lore. So like so much that I would read like the Grimoire, which was essentially like the lore that the devs would put out like on their website.
Oh, that's fun.
Um, yeah, so I really appreciate like when a game goes out of their way to build this world. So that's why when I come across a game like Cyberpunk or like Red Dead, it's like I kind of obsessed because it's like I'm so bought into this story that I'm witnessing, you know? Um,
Witnessed.
exactly. Yeah. And then here with like rematch and stuff like that, those for me are like nice kind of brain breaks. Catch up with the homies and
Yeah,
also
man.
make some people look like some fools, take some ankles,
Yeah.
nutmeg some people, and
Gotta do what you gotta do.
then like
That ball's
same
got to get in that goal one way or the
dude,
other.
like we're gonna win this game. Sorry. And that goes with League too, just getting onto the Rift.
Yeah,
But
I
what
was
I do like
enjoying
about
watching.
like go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I just was enjoying watching you and Devyn go off at the office about League, because I
Bro.
didn't understand jack about what you all were talking about at all. But I was kind of like feeling the vibe. I was understanding kind of what you were saying in general, and even after a short explanation, watching some of the videos of like old meta strats, that was super
Yeah.
fun. Because I get that through the explanation of like what a pentakill is and how difficult it is to achieve. Watching
Oh
somebody
yeah.
do it, and I can only imagine the rush of taking the other team and crushing them in the palm of your hand because you meant to, not like it was an accident. You're like, I
No,
did
like
this.
I wanted this to happen. I made it happen. Yeah, no, League's a crazy game, and Devin, Devin's like he's a league boomer,
He really
Nathan.
is, isn't he?
He's a league boomer. No, yeah, like it's nuts because so I started like when I started playing League, it was a completely different game than when like Devin first started playing League.
Sure.
Like in almost like many fashions. Like it's crazy how different the game used to be. And there are some things that like I'm like, man, like it would be cool if that was around today. Like the tribunal where the community decides like if a person gets banned or not, that would be amazing to have here in
Brutal.
2025.
That's
It would
brutal.
be amazing. We'd clean up the game, and sure there'd be some trolling, but like come on, you spill a little water along the way, it's okay.
Yeah,
Um
what game
like
isn't full of some kind of trolling, right?
yeah, but no, yeah, and so League is just such a deep game. Like you can get so technical with it,
Uh-huh.
because the way they design each champ is so complicated, depending on the character.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things like the way a passive works with an ability, and it's like, oh, this ability stacks, or like, oh, I can toggle this ability. So it's a lot of different things. And then on top of just that, your character, you have to manage how much many minions you're killing because that's how much gold you're making, and you have to
Sure.
make more gold than the person in front of you, but you also have to make sure that the person in front of you doesn't attack you so you can keep farming, right? But you also want to stop them from farming. So it's a chess match. It's a crazy chess match.
Wow. That's awesome.
So it's like when you lock in on League, it's like one of those things where like nothing else is happening. It's like when you get in that flow,
It sounds
it's
like you
like
kind of
it's
have
just
to be
you
successful, you know?
do. Yeah, to get like really good, you have to.
Damn. I guess I never really thought about it that way cuz the most of the stories you hear as an outsider are like, "Oh my god, playing League or Dota even is like it's like coming into a part of town or a bar where all the regulars always come there and outsiders are just like, "What who are you? Why are you here?"
No,
And
yeah,
that
because it's like get good. Like you literally have to just get good.
you have to
And like,
read the strats first before
dude,
you read the rules.
man, like when I started playing League, I like did not go positive. Like the first like half a year I was playing League, Nathan. Like I
Dude,
would get
how did you not
demolished
bounce off of
every
that?
single game because I wanted to get better. I didn't want League to beat me.
Touche. I
So I
I
kept
love
playing.
that. That's great.
And it sucked, bro. Like it was so demoralizing. Like there were games where like there was a game, Nathan, where I went 0 and 16. And like in League, that is like it
Un-
doesn't get much
unheard
worse than
of.
that. Yeah, like to die 16 times is insane.
That sucks.
And I had to just learn, Nathan. Like I had to get good. And like the people that I would play with, they were teaching me League. It was like it was full exposure. Like it was like, no, we're in. Cause like there's a game mode you can play where the enemy team is just like bots. They're
Uh-huh.
like, no, you're not gonna learn that way. We got to get you on the Rift.
Oh
So
boy.
yeah, it was
Only one way is to get thrown into the deep end of the pool, it sounds like.
literally, literally. So, but once you get good, like once you figure it out, it's so rewarding. Like
No doubt.
it's so rewarding to be able to play a game, right? And now because you put in the work and like the game now, you can beat somebody.
Hell
Because
yeah.
it's literally it's skill diff. It's skill diff because like it's any one champ can win. Like one decision can cost you the whole game. So it's like
Oh,
it's so
what a tightrope.
satisfying. Yeah, like it's so satisfying to win. Actually, a tightrope is a great metaphor. Can't lie.
Yeah,
Um,
you gotta balance, and you gotta keep all your teammates balanced as well, because
yes, and
like
now and then you got to focus on if somebody's gonna come up and gank you. Now, oh, can you gank somebody else? Like, oh, we got to get Dragon. Oh, there's Baron, and like, oh, top lane is pushing. Like, it's there's so many different factors that you have to worry about.
I really love those team oriented games, and I actually love listening to when I'm watching, if I were to watch a league match, I would love listening to all of the team members together talking and the banter they have to go through. Like when you said the phrase "top lane is pushing," like, all right, guys, we got to get over here. Can you move
Playing
into
this
position? Top
pushing.
lane is pushing. Something about that where everybody in their
Yeah.
team knows what a ridiculous sentence that is, but it doesn't matter because it translates to everybody perfectly, and everybody gets
No,
in
yeah.
sync and wins the match. I bet that's like peak.
Yeah. No, it's peak. And because it's crazy, you're right. Like if I say, if we're playing and, just to say, oh, top is split pushing, like that mean like everybody's gonna know that means, right, that the enemy top laner is trying to essentially sneak a lane away from where everybody else is at.
Hmm.
And immediately attention diverts. Oh, we need to go kill him. So the
Dang.
team will go kill him, and then we get back to where the objective is. It's like, oh, we really need this Baron. We're gonna have to fight for Baron. Like all of these, it's so cool when like the team locks in.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And and not just for League, but I bet that goes for those team type games. Take I guess Rainbow Six Siege is the first
Yeah,
one that comes to mind.
CS:GO, Counter Strike,
Yeah. Oh man, no doubt. Everybody
great
locks in,
game,
and
great game.
you pull off your role exactly the way you're supposed to, and everybody else does as well, and the plan works. That's a good feeling.
I can't lie, Nathan. I'm kind of trash at Counter Strike. I've been playing it for a long time.
That's okay. I think everybody who's not like a top 1%er is also trash at Counter Strike. Probably,
Yeah,
maybe. I don't
De-
know.
Devyn's actually really good though. Like
Oh,
he
is
has
he?
a very high rank in Counter Strike.
Yeah. Well, he's also got a vac ban, so.
Yeah, cheater,
No, I'm not. I'm not
cheater.
talking bad about him behind his back. Uh, he'll
He's
wear
no,
that as a badge of pride. He's
he's
mentioned that
yeah,
before, I think, on the podcast.
yeah, and he's a cheater. Everyone like he did it.
Yeah, he did it. He says it was his cousin or his younger brother or something.
Yeah,
Whatever story
yeah,
he made up,
yeah.
lies.
Sure, sure, of course. But Devin cheated, and if you look at his Steam profile, it lets you know.
Yeah, 100%. Um, speaking of programs installed on computers, that's the best segue I got. My my kids both are looking at Godot right now, and they're attempting to try and follow a like very structured tutorial on how to make a platformer, a little 2D game, just start to finish. And I'm really excited about that. I can't wait to see, both when they complete it and what other routes they go after that. Because let me tell you, my 11-year-old has ideas. Okay,
Bro, I
he
love
has.
that you're just like letting them loose on Godot. Like, have at it.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, guys, I cannot teach you this. I don't know. It's not my
Like,
wheelhouse. But
you're gonna
if
have to
you
lock in here, guys.
you're gonna have to learn this skill on your own, and I'll do my best to come behind you and learn it with you. But this is your beast to take on. And man, they're diving in head first. A little hesitant at first, but uh, this podcast has actually taught me a lot that you can just do stuff.
You
It's
can
okay
just
to
do
just do.
stuff.
You can just do things and put it on the
You can
internet
just post it. Yeah, like
for better or
ruin your
worse,
digital
man.
footprint. Yeah, ruin your
Absolutely.
digital footprint, man. Like you can do that. It's yours
Yeah,
to ruin.
true that. And it's yours to
It's
be
yours. Yeah,
successful at too. Like
correct.
take the take the Hollow Knight guys. If you've ever taken a look at any previous Hollow Knight instances, that started as a game jam thing, and it wasn't even the same game, not even a little bit. It was like that character wandering around, I think, a grassy field and collecting apples or
Mm.
something dumb like that. And little by little, Ari, William, and the other guy. I'm gonna do that forever now. I'm never gonna say his name on the cast. But those three guys got together, and little by little, they just pushed and pushed and pushed and made something that they wanted to make because they loved making that thing. And upon release, it freaking shows, man. The work speaks for itself. And don't even get me started on content updates that were free, all of them. I think they had one DLC. It was called Gods and Nightmares. And some of the best content in the game is actually the DLC. There's one boss in particular. His name is Grim. He's a Dracula-esque character. and both him and his nightmare version, which is like a souped up version of the boss fight. Every boss has like a version of itself that is both more dangerous, more moves, quicker, everything about that. But that secondary fight, not only is it brutally difficult, but it's the most satisfying thing to dominate. Because once you learn all the moves and you do it just right, every fight in that game is a dance. You just respond the way that your fighting partner needs you to respond, or doesn't need you, rather, as you whoop their ass. And it just feels so good. Very much in the same type of way that Dark Souls feels good, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So when you do get to Hollow Knight, that's going to be good. But my point is, really bringing it back to the making of video games. Like, even if you start off with just a 2D platformer, maybe it turns into something else that's something that nobody has ever made before, regardless. Even if you're copying something one to one, it's still your creation. And then the personal touches that you put on top of it make it your own.
Yeah,
Every
and that
game
can't be
is
replicated.
never.
Can't be
Yeah. It's
replicated.
yours for forever. And
Like, this came from your brain.
exactly. And you could argue that a lot of games are just, copies of one another. Constance is a copy of Hollow Knight, is a copy of Metroid, is a copy of Metroid being the first type of game like that on the NES. Metroid kind of sucks. Like, if you go play back the NES version of Metroid, no thanks. I'm good. It's clunky and doesn't control that good. But it did something
That's gonna
new.
upset somebody, Nathan.
Good. You know what? Go back and play it. I dare you. And you know what? I can upset. You want me to upset even more people?
Go ahead.
GoldenEye 007 on the Nintendo 64 sucks.
Wow.
And I want to be very clear about my statement here. GoldenEye 007 on the N64 itself sucks. It runs at a measly like 20 to 22 frames a second at the best of times.
The best of times.
The missions, great. Like, it's very cool what the game could have been, but I think they were very, very ambitious on what the game itself could handle. And so you get 4 players all shooting at each other in the one room. Good luck. Frames per second, more like seconds per frame, bro. That said, it was so legendary at the time. Back in the day when you had a game, that's the game you had. You were going to play it. All else be damned. And I played the ever-loving crap out of GoldenEye. So even as it's with all of its shortcomings, it's still legendary. So I'll smooth over my statement. What I urge people not to do is go back and play it now. Don't do it. I made that mistake. It's not good by today's standards, by any metric that we measure games today. And that's okay. It is what it is.
Not
Right?
good by any standard.
All right. I'm glad I could piss off my audience. Isn't that the thing that gets the most views on the internet, though? Outrageous claims.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you see on those dumb YouTube thumbnails. They're like, "This is insane. This game's awful." And you play the video. It's like, "This game's awful at being a bad game. Here's why." Click next video. I want to see somebody with a super hot take. That's my type of video for sure.
Nathan, this is random, but I hate YouTube thumbnails.
Me too. They're
Like
the worst.
the ones that are like even, for example, like, I love Linus Tech Tips. Like, the content can be informational, especially when like new hardware is coming out. But I hate their thumbnails. They're the same. I hate looking at it. I would rather have text. I would rather the title of the video be the thumbnail than seeing somebody making a fake face with their hands up looking surprised at something.
It's so cringe, right?
I hate it.
Yeah, good. No, we're on the same page, brother. It's just the worst. And unfortunately, those videos do numbers,
Yeah.
Because you've got all these,
give me Comic Sans.
dumb kids. Yeah, give me the black background, white Comic Sans. Just put Banjo-Kazooie as a trash game. I'll click on that video.
Sure, I'll give it to you. I'll give you the view.
That's not actually true, though. Banjo-Kazooie is legendary. Like, absolute cinema that game is. That's my my youngest would say.
That's hilarious.
I used to love a good
Absolute
collectathon, you
cinema.
know. That was actually my bread and butter on the 64 was any good collectathon. Um and you had your Mario 64s and your Banjo Kazooies. Those are the big two. But then you had some other ones like some weird shit like Glover. What what in the
Ooh,
world? They took the
what is
hamburger
that?
helper guy and gave him a personality, and you're just walking around on like your two middle
Whoa.
fingers. You're literally a glove. It's Glover. Get
Yeah.
it? That's real dumb, but I don't know. Something about a collectathon is it tickles my brain. You know, I've got a checklist of things I need to knock off, and if I get 120 stars and that's it, and I get to go up to the top of the castle and see Yoshi and get a worthless reward of 99 lives, great. I got it. I did the thing.
We did it. Hey,
Hmm.
speaking of that though, Nathan, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Have you played any of the new Death Stranding?
No, I have not. I really, really want to though because I have played. I played roughly 6 hours of the first one. It wound up on PlayStation Plus, so I couldn't not play it, especially since it was the PS5 version, so I know it was going to run well. And it was a Sunday, so I just installed it and just blindly jumped right into it. It's one of the most unique worlds I've ever seen in any video game, bar none. It's so crazy. Like, for example, somebody dies and the whole city is freaking out. This is like the opening thing. So I'm playing Norman Reedus. He's delivering packages. He's a courier, and I have to transport this dead body. Well, the catch with the dead bodies is that when they go necrotic, they start rotting. At some point, they explode, and not just like a kaboom. It's like an ethereal nuclear bomb that craters an entire city, and that happens in the
Gone.
game. That intro thing, it looks like a giant planet-sized marble crashed into the ground. That city is just completely gone. All the people in
Gone.
it, all the buildings disappeared. And then on
Gone.
top of that, you're in this moment where that shit goes down. The depiction of Norman Reedus in like the death plane or whatever it is, he has to follow this strand back up, sort of like swimming in black and white. And then you layer on the enemies. The enemies are invisible. Great.
Hmm.
And you have this unique little swan type machine that will flap its fingers, you know, you hear that sound, and it faces wherever those enemies are. So like you crouch and you're kind of walking around these invisible enemies using this detecting thing as your sort of your signpost. Don't go this way. You're gonna get eaten alive by this monster. And each character, they are very unique, but some of them are really silly. Like the president's bodyguard, his name is Die Hardman. Whatever, whatever.
Good
Hideo,
name.
do your thing.
Good name.
Yeah.
You got to give it to him. He can have that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with as much work that he did in the Metal Gear series, what
Yeah.
could we expect anything less than
Yeah.
super
Go
weird
for it.
shit? You know? Excuse me. But yeah, no, I haven't played any of the second one. I really want to, but I also vowed that I would get through the first one before I played the second one. And also, I'm sorry, I'm not dropping $60 on an unknown. It's just not going to happen. The last time I did that, I still haven't beaten the game. I dropped it on Neo 2 for some reason, which
Wow.
pause on that. Neo 2 is actually really, really good, but it's complicated. Each weapon is unique. There's like 14 base weapons you can start with, each one having a high, middle, and low stance that you can be at. And in each one of those stances is a move set that you've got to learn. So really, you have to specialize in what you pick. And I picked the axe, of course. Axes are dope. And I did have a good time with it. I
They
got
are
through,
dope.
I don't know, 5, 6 little levels. I think the one thing that pushed me away from it was uh, the fact that there's not a seamless open world. And, you know, Dark Souls, I know, isn't truly open world. It's quite linear, in fact. But if you look at something like an Elden Ring, Same kind of thing. You got your big open world, but they kind of lead you where you're supposed to go. Neo is just straight up like, oh, here's stage 1, 2. Go ahead and start. Boom, you dropped in, and it's very much the Dark Souls plus ninjas. Um, a different take on it than Sekiro, obviously. And but I'm simply not going to drop $60 on an unknown game.
No,
Hideo
I get it.
Kojima notwithstanding.
I get it. But hey, Neo 3 comes out next year.
I'm very interested to see what they do with that. If it's more of the same, or if they're going to implement, something that Elden Ring did, because I have a feeling the Elden Ring influence is going to seep into a lot of those Souls likes over time. Why did you ask
One of
that
the
though? What was the impetus behind that question? Have you played the second one?
No, I haven't. It was just random. Like I didn't expect you to say Neo, like as the last game that you spent $60 on.
Yeah,
That's why it just made me laugh. I was like, "Whoa!"
it is such a random deal, but I mean I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, I haven't done this in a while, so I'm just going to take a gamble, and it is worth the $60. I'm not going to lie. I haven't had the
Mhm.
energy to put into getting good at that game because it's freaking hard. Like
Yeah,
real
I
hard.
see. I'm looking at the Neo 3, like some of the pictures,
Oh
like
yeah,
they just
it
are
looks
on
solid,
Steam.
right?
No, it looks sick. Like there's
Yeah.
an enemy that looks insane.
I'm going to look at this
Well,
thing here
let's
real
see.
quick.
Giant
Um
shuriken.
but yeah, so when it comes to Souls likes, actually I can pivot over a little bit to whoa, hello. That commercial was shouting at me just now. I got my volume up on Steam here. Um, shout outs to Levi, my son. He finished his first Souls like,
Mhm.
and it's called Another Crab's Treasure. Did I talk about that on the last podcast? I can't remember.
Not sure, I don't remember either.
Oh, that's okay. We're gonna go over it again because if you like Souls likes, uh, anybody should play Another Crab's Treasure because a Souls like veteran will get their face stomped in, their little crab face stomped in. But a noob to that series, there's a really great assist mode built into it. You play a little hermit crab. He gets his shell repossessed by one of those like sharks on a stick where you squeeze the stick and it talks or it flaps its mouth. You know what I'm talking about? Those toys. Well,
Yeah.
this shark comes up and is like, the Duchess of this area is you back on taxes, and your crab's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break the rules. Also, what are taxes? So they steal your freaking
Water
shell.
taxes.
Yeah, they steal your shell, and you're like, I've got to go talk to the Duchess now and get my shit back. That's not fair.
I want
And
my
so the
shell.
mechanics of the game revolve around you taking up different things for your shell. Each one has a different little special move, and the game looks like a cartoon, straight up. It looks like a SpongeBob cartoon. In fact, my son made the joke that it's basically Souls Bob Dark Pants. Still cracks
Yeah.
me up. And it's hard because I'm playing it myself, and I'm an obstinate Dark Souls player. I will not turn on assist mode. I'm not going to summon anything before a boss. I'm just not going to do it. And I'm going to be angry the whole time. And then when I win and I figure it out, it's going to be really satisfying. That's what I'm chasing. I'm chasing the satisfaction high from destroying a boss at his own game. You know what I mean? Or her. Shout outs to the dancer.
Yeah. Shout out to the dancer for real.
Yeah. Oh, tell me what you told me earlier about Dark Souls 3, in fact. I just want to put this on record
Yes.
because I didn't know this about DS3.
So I don't recall who was telling me this. I think it was actually I know who it was. It was a good friend of mine that I met. He actually makes music. So his name is Jericho. Shout out to Jericho.
That's
I'm pretty sure
awesome.
it's Jericho that told me this. But he was telling me that we started talking about Dark Souls 3, and he was telling me that all of the bosses, like their music is in 4/4 time, except for the dancer. Her dancer is in like I think it's 3/4. Because it's like a waltz, like the piece that is being played. It's a waltz, so it's the only one that's in a different time signature from all of the other bosses. So the attacks also happen like with the music. Like you can kind
Wow.
of predict attacks like on just how the music is playing.
That's so
So
crazy.
some people have trouble with the dancer because it's the only one that's like harder to predict than the rest because it's the only one that's different. It's in a
Yeah,
different time signature. So even her
man, that's
attacks
so
are in a different time
so
signature.
sick. The
No,
level of
yeah.
attention being paid to in that game is, and I'll go out on a limb. I know some people are fond of the first one, and some real weirdos are fond of the second one. But I think Dark Souls 3 is peak Dark Souls, not just in that series, but as a game. Love
Dark
Elden
Souls
Ring.
refined.
Do not get me wrong. Elden Ring is amazing, wonderful game. But for me, Dark Souls 3 hits in a way that Elden Ring doesn't quite get there. It's dirtier. It's darker. No pun intended. And it's more depressing. And I kind of like that. It's oppressive in a way that the gameplay is also. So it matches. It feels right. And also that
Such a
dancer
great
fight
series.
is brutal.
Such a great series. And
Uh
her attacks are so weird. Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
great fight.
they're so bizarre, and actually, I was having a lot of trouble with the Another Crab's Treasure kind of bosses, specifically because it's really hard to predict when to parry. It's hard to predict sometimes when they're going to actually collide with you. For example, the first guy that you encounter is essentially a crab that's on horseback, for what, for better or worse, and he'll charge at you. And when he's charging, he's using like it's actually a Capri Sun straw and like the top of a plastic ball or something. It's all trash based, being in the ocean, which is slightly depressing because there's trash in the ocean. But he'll
I
charge
know.
at you, and it's really hard to know when to release your parry because is it going to be the tip of the Capri Sun straw? Is it midway through that? Where's the hitbox? That's tough to deal with. And for the dancer, it was for me for a long time damn near impossible to figure out where I was going to get hit and from what direction because she's so fluid and so she's literally dancing at some point, like that opening move to phase 2 where she does that 7 or 8 spins in a row and you have to position yourself just right behind to follow her instead of getting in front of her and running away. That always tripped me up. Such a unique boss. I like that boss a lot. Anything that subverts expectation is a-okay in my book.
Yeah, see, it was so interesting. Like the way that like her move set is so unique. Um, like there's quite literally no other boss like that.
Through that, big time. And I know this is probably another hot take for Dark Souls 3 fans, but I truly love the Midir fight. The big purple dragon in a pit.
Mm.
Oh man, if there has ever been a fight that's a dance, I know what's about to happen. I have to respond because I played Dark Souls 3 on my PlayStation all the way up through New Game Plus 7 and every boss along the way. And as frustrating as it was, finishing that fight on New Game Plus 7 was such a great feeling because I responded every way that I needed to. Because it was at New Game Plus 7 is pretty much instant death, unless you're over leveled. And
Yeah,
one
like
one
everything's
mistake,
gonna hit
that's it.
so hard,
Mm-hmm.
bro. But that's what's so crazy about Dark Souls is like that was like I love the Nameless King fight. I love the Nameless King
Oh, it's
fight.
so good.
And like when and that boss, bro, like actually made me rage. Like it took me a long time to like actually beat the Nameless King.
I'm
But
pretty
like
sure I turned off my console a few times. Like I can't take
yeah,
a
no, I
slap.
had to step away. I had to step away a couple times.
Hmm.
And but what was so crazy is like once I beat him and then like playing him again on like New Game Plus and then like beating him in like maybe one or two tries was such a crazy feeling.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's like,
Accomplishment central, man.
man, I got better. I adapted,
Yeah.
and this boss gave me trouble. No more.
Hell yeah. That's so awesome. I also have to point out my other. So I love the Midir fight. It's technically not my favorite though. I actually want to put up. Uh, uh, what's his face? Hold on, it's gonna come to me. Give me your dark soul. If Aiden was here, he'd tell me.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, please.
Is it Slave Night Gale?
It is Slave Nightingale. That's the one.
Yeah, yeah.
Not only
No,
is
that
that fight
fight is
super
insane,
fun, yeah. Oh, it tripped me up for so long. Not only
bro.
is it super fun, but when you get to that second phase and he starts spitting out flying red skulls at you, oh
Yes.
yeah, that is really top notch artwork right there, and it just looks cool the whole time. There's not a
No, it's
point in
so
that fight. It's
cinematic.
Yes, and the music behind it is swelling, and you're like, oh my god, I'm on one last sliver of health, and then you
Yes,
finally crush him. Yeah, that fight is peak Dark Souls. I would say probably the best fight in the entire series. I could put
that
that up
was
there.
so it was so rewarding.
Absolutely. And then this is to say nothing of the witch that you have to fight, and her dad tied to that chair, and then the souped up version, that three
Fight is
phase.
crazy. That fight is insane.
It's bananas
I
for
it
sure.
took me a long time to beat her.
She's tough, and she's relentless. That's the problem with her, is that there is no time to heal.
It's like
You
the
sh-
longevity of that fight too.
mhm.
You get to like you start you'll run out. You know what I mean? Like you have to
Yeah,
be really careful.
yeah. You'll get that. You'll get. I remember the first time it happened. That third phase showed up, and I was like, no,
I was like, no.
no, no, no.
I remember being so disheartened. Like, there's another phase.
Yeah.
There's that
Um.
moment like music keeps playing, and
Yeah,
another
yeah.
health
It
bar
cuts out.
appears.
Like, oh no, I'm on a black screen right now, but I know it's about to pop
Please,
up, and it's gonna be real tough.
please. Horrible feeling.
The only other boss in that game that I can really point to that actually, I put Dark Souls 3 as a whole down for months over Pontiff Sullivan. Pontiff Sullivan made me angry. It was so hard. And I hadn't really, because I think up to that point most of the bosses, they're not necessarily throwaway, but like take the forest wizard that you fight, that, you
The
know,
Pontiff. I had to
yep.
look up a picture of him.
Yeah, yeah, the one that splits in two later on and then is like
Ah,
duplicating his moves. It's like his echo is attacking you again.
yes. Yes.
So it hits
You know,
twice as hard and it's super tough.
I actually really like this fight.
I do as well now. But it definitely is it's a skill check for sure for most people.
Dude, I know my brother had a large hatred for Pontiff Sullivan. At one
Yeah.
point when we were playing Dark Souls,
That's actually the background on my phone right now is Pontiff Sullivan.
I
Because
would
I
use
like
his weapons.
his weapons. That's what gets me the most. Is his weapons look awesome. They're so
So
cool to
cool.
me. The purple sword and the orange sword together.
Yes.
And then on top of it, he's got like no face and he's standing up all regal. The character design of Pontiff Sullivan is awesome to me. I
Oh,
just
it's
love it.
so good.
And you can actually see a lot of that coolness in the two brothers you fight. You know, the one that's glomming onto the back of the other, the twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that fight's super duper good
That
too.
was a weird fight.
Bizarre, right?
Yeah, that one was really weird.
Every game, every fight in that game. I could go on and on about Dark Souls 3. I'm definitely a fanboy. And
Man, I
if
hated that tree, dilapidated tree.
oh, the one that was like
The
made of pus
stupid
and
tree. He had
oh
like
my god.
yeah, that I hated that. That fight genuinely like made me feel like kind of queasy.
It's gross, right?
Really disgusting.
That's funny.
Shout out to the sound guys for like what they were able to do for like
True.
the game because the sounds are really gross.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll play a Souls like. There's quite a few of them that are like that, and it doesn't happen every time. But the wife will be like, "I hate the way this game sounds," because it's all like, and you're just like
Yeah, no, I hate
driving
that.
swords
Yeah,
into disgusting creatures and
yeah.
pus going. It's so gross. But they do it in the best way. You know, it's convincing. I mean, you're getting a visceral reaction out of it. That makes it
It
great,
is.
in my opinion.
Yeah, no, like, and that's like, you gotta hand it to them. Like
The
they're making
grossest
you
thing,
react that way.
yeah, absolutely. The grossest thing in that game to me though is the monsters in just outside. You know, when you get to that first castle area and you're meeting the giants for the first time in that muck, and It's just before the Deacons of the Deep fight. So the area that's outside there, those enemies that are basically made of maggots.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I want to curse right now, but I'm not going
disgusting.
to. It's freaking gross to me.
Oh,
But shout outs to torches because like that it makes those fights
yeah,
cakewalks. You
dude.
just
When the
smack them with a
maggots get
torch.
on you, oh,
Oh yeah, and you better have a torch with you, otherwise that's it. You're
better.
toast.
Oh, I'm kind of upset. You reminded me of that. Like that was
My
gone
bad.
from my
My bad.
memory. Like I was safe. I was safe from that.
Yeah, no, they're gonna come for you one day for sure. We'll all
Uh,
become maggots one day. You know,
I mean,
it is staring
you're not
death in the
wrong.
face. Those monsters.
The maggots are encroaching.
Ugh. But also, let's if we pivot away from Dark Souls 3, I do want to shout out a little bit to Elden Ring, um, because that has some super duper unique fights in it as well. I only got to play it through it the one time. Me and Devyn were actually in the same Steam family for a little bit. Just before he exited my family to go join his other brothers and friends into their group, I finished it, and I really like some of the boss designs. They're not like the hardest fights in the world, but like that final boss where you're fighting, what's his name, Radon?
Yeah,
Not Ra-
Radon.
yeah,
I know
and
that's
he
one of the bosses though. I'm not sure if that's the
I
last one.
can't remember. Okay, unfortunately, between Radon and Radigan and Malekith and Moloch and Mobalok,
Huh.
there's a lot of similar names in that game, and I do have trouble dividing them up. But if you do that Radon fight, and then you jump to that Elden Beast, that see-through sea slug type dragon fight, how unique! No, it's not. It's not Radon. So Radon is the one that's on horseback.
Mm,
And actually, that fight pisses a lot of people off too.
huh.
Because Radon, you'll start. It looks like a big giant like open desert, and then Radon is charging at you from a great distance, quite a bit. He looks very small in the distance, and if you're not ready for it, you're already getting spears thrown at
Yes.
you.
Speed blitzed.
Yes, you do. You get speed blitzed by spears, and he's still another 15 seconds away before he even gets to you. So you really got to kick it into high gear before you know it. And it's a bit of a cheap shot, but I still think it's a fun fight. But uh, among the 170 bosses or however many are in Elden Ring, there's a stupid amount of bosses here. Um, geez, I'm sorry. I'm really struggling to pull this name out of my head. But then of course there's Michaela. Uh-oh.
Piccolo.
Well, my desktop made a noise. I'm just going to ignore it. It's probably nothing.
It's fine. Yeah,
Uh
totally fine. That's nothing to worry
and
about.
then I also like the boss design for Malekith. I do know that one. That's the one that starts off as a monk, and then when you get through that phase, it turns into that big black werewolf thing with this glowing red sword. I mean, come on, that's just cool, right? If
I
you've
mean,
if you've ever looked up
bro.
Malekith or played, have you did you play Elden Ring? I might just be like yammering at you about stuff that you have no idea what I'm talking
So
about.
I played a little bit of Elden Ring. Um, I beat I beat the first boss, like first try. Not gonna lie, and
Nice.
then I like explored a little bit more.
Mm.
I just stopped playing.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know
a bummer.
why. Yeah, I hope to go back to it one day, but
I think you will. I think you will. I think everybody, or at least this is how I play Dark Souls ish games, Souls likes. I get in a phase where I'm like, I'm gonna play a Souls like. And recently it was the Lies of P. I played, oh, I don't know, 7, 8 bosses in, and then I got to one where there's always a dual boss, you know.
mm,
And in the Lies of P, it's a super tough guy, and then his 4 friends that will randomly jump into the fight and both distract you and be the primary antagonist. But you still have to deal with that tough main guy as well. And I have the most trouble with multi-enemy fights. Um, Bloodborne, for example, has one called the Shadows of Yarnum, and They have such a cool entrance, man. There's like a you're in it's like a swampish type area, and you go through this archway of stone, and when you walk in there, there's no fanfare, no nothing, just like some fog in the distance, and these three beings wearing black cloaks are just slowly walking towards you. And then you see the shadows of Yarnum, all three of their life bars appear at the bottom of the screen, and you have that oh shit moment of both,
Dang,
this is so sick, but also I'm about to get killed big time. And
man.
they're no joke, man. You really got to juggle them.
Woof.
But yeah,
And then
look
you
up
got the Deacons of the Deep.
oh god. So Dark Souls has some low moments,
Yeah,
and the Deacons of the Deep is one of them.
one of them for sure.
I feel like the Deacons of the Deep is also really closely related to in Dark Souls 2. You play that one where you have like just a ton of skeletons all about. I can't even remember what the title of it is. It's such a meaningless fight to me. But it is what it is, you know. They can't all be bangers.
The Stepchild.
Yeah, there's got to be one or two of them, and I think the one that everybody points to is just this. Let's those two bosses. There's 32 of them. First off, in Dark Souls 2, so you can't really get away with everything that you try. But the one that everybody points to as the huge joke is called the Rotten, and it's basically just a big blob, and he's got really easy moves to dodge, and you could farm him really easily. It's just such a throwaway boss. Uh, so yeah, not every DS boss is a banger, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah. Uh, do you have like a favorite Souls game?
It has to be three. In
It
all
has to be
honesty,
3.
it
Yeah, that's
has to be
fair.
three.
We kind of
I
went off
played
on it
it.
just a second ago, but yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I played it the most. Have some nostalgia tied to it as well.
Sure.
Um, got to share a lot of that with my brother. So yeah, it has to be Dark Souls 3.
Excellent. That's always fun when you have an association with that too, you know, like playing something with a sibling or a friend. That really amps up how much I have fallen in love with games. Like Resident Evil 3 and Silent Hill on the PlayStation. I had many nights where I would stay up with me and either my brother or my buddy Craig, and we would just play it, you know, and just over and over trying to win. And we had I think it was like a 14-inch TV. It was small as shit. We were sitting on the floor,
Huh.
uncomfortable, playing these old ass PS games. At you know, they were cutting edge at the time, but they still hold a place in my heart. Uh, Even though they have some of their own shortcomings due to age mostly. Um, but yeah, those moments are really special, I think.
No, 100%, 100%. It's what gaming's supposed to do, man.
Yep. Supposed to teach you something about yourself, maybe teach you something about others, and you know, hopefully at the end, after you're done finishing something, you have both a sense of accomplishment and it has altered you as a person for the better.
For the better.
Those are the true MVPs of video games. You know, even
Shout out Cyberpunk.
oh, dude, talk to me about Cyberpunk. Give me some.
Radicalized me.
Yeah, bro, over
Uh,
here getting red pilled by Cyberpunk
bro.
2077,
Yeah, Johnny Silverhand's out here handing out the red pills.
dude. Isn't he though?
Ah, what a game, man. James actually started playing Red Cyberpunk.
Bro, he showed me his character.
I was like,
I can't
that
even talk
is
about it on the
so
air. It's
no,
so
yeah, we
absurd. It's
can't.
not something that
Yeah,
lends itself well to. You have to see it. It's just so
yeah.
ridiculous.
But I mean, hey, thanks CD Project Red for doing that. But no, I mean, so the latest news really in Cyberpunk. So there's two new items with Cyberpunk. So one is they actually released a webtoon, like CD Project Red released an official Cyberpunk webtoon where
That's
you're,
awesome.
I know, right? And it adds to the lore. It's in Night City, but you're actually a trauma team agent or whatever.
Whoa.
If do you know what trauma team is, Nathan?
No, I just that
Okay,
sounds
so I
different
can
from the because I played like
yeah.
2.5 hours of this game and it was a little much for me at the time. But I do want to go back simply because you talk about it a lot.
So yeah, basically, it is a what trauma team is. So in the world of cyberpunk, right? If you have insurance, right, depending on your level of insurance,
Uh huh.
if you have trauma team insurance, trauma team is actually kind of a private health insurance company that like has essentially kind of a private army of literal like battle doctors that if they because you know you're chipped, you have the technology inside of you. If they detect your levels go down, like you had a heart attack or you got shot or something like that, they'll immediately dispatch a squad from trauma team to go and get you.
Dude,
And
that's
so
wild.
yeah, and so this is where it's kind of messed up though, is because it purely depends on what tier of insurance you have. So like when they get to you, right, they scan you to see what level you are. And if you're not the max tier, they just leave you
Oh
to die.
God, that's so
Yeah.
dystopian.
So exactly. So in this webtoon, the main character is a trauma team agent or employee, I
That's
guess.
so cool. I bet it's awesome.
Yeah, and then so the other additional news is that season 2 of Cyberpunk Edge Runners was announced. Um
Nick,
great great anime. It's going to be on coming out on Netflix. But it's going to be I don't remember exactly what the story is, but it's going to be another Night City story. So we're going to get some continuity there.
I love
Um
that.
no,
Night
yeah,
City
I'm really
being
really
what it
excited,
is
bro.
lends itself well to that format. You know,
Yeah, you
you could
can
tell
do
any
that.
story you want in Night City because it's so densely packed with
Yeah.
crazy stories in general.
Like you have so many to choose from. And
Amazing.
that's what's so cool about Cyberpunk 2 is they're going a completely different route. In that in Cyberpunk 2, you're actually going to be playing as a police officer.
You now when you say Cyberpunk 2, you're not saying comma TOO. You mean the number, the sequel.
Yes, sir. The sequel.
Oh, so you just dropped some news on me. I should have guessed, and maybe I saw a logo in the past, but I didn't know that it was like semi either semi upcoming or working being worked on. Whatever state it's in. It sounds like they've got some legs to stand on with getting it started, huh?
Oh yeah, it quite literally it went into production maybe like 2 months ago is when they started like actually working on it.
Wow.
And so yeah, CD Projekt Red pretty much this gave that little gist of that the main character is starting off. You're basically seeing kind of the other side of Night City in this game. You'll be
Awesome.
starting off as a police officer, like I said earlier, and what the decisions that come with that in Night City.
Wow.
You're gonna be the other side. In 2077, we were V. We were street kid, former corporal, whatever. But we had Johnny Silverhand at our side. That
Hmm.
taught us that corpo is bad and we should nuke them. And then we have this new cyberpunk game where it's like you're protecting the corpo.
Oh boy.
You're actually trying to stop a Johnny Silverhand. You're trying to stop a V. So it's interesting. It's good. It's going to be interesting to see how that game plays out. And I wonder
Definitely.
if it'll take another 15 years for it to come out.
And
Hope
another
not.
15 years to optimize after that,
Make it to
after it's been
optimize it.
released.
Yeah. So
That's
hopefully
why I
that doesn't
bounced.
happen
That's why I
again.
bounced off of the first one so hard. I think was because, not only well, I played it later into its development. So to be fair, a lot of the bugs had been ironed out, but I was repelled by as many things were being said about it. Unfortunately, and I need to give it a fair shake up front because everybody's like, "Yo, this game's broken, broken,
Yeah.
broken."
And it's funny. I beat Cyberpunk 1.0, like running on the original version. Um,
That's some
I just
determination
went,
there.
yeah, I just went back and played it a bunch of times. I personally, this is just my opinion. I thought that the game itself overshadowed any bugs. Like, just I was that invested into the story. Like, I was like,
That's such
this
a
is
like
so peak. I have to know how it ends.
Absolutely. That's such a like classic gamer type mentality. Like this game has some bugs. Yes. But I just don't care. I think it's
I want
cool.
to play the game. Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's how I feel about Schedule 1. If my barn could disappear and I'd be like, well, I guess I have to
Hey.
start a new game now. Let's
Yep.
go.
And you can do that.
Uh-huh. And big ups to Tyler for building that type of game that even though it has bugs, he found his market and is making the thing that he wants to make, and his markets, for all intents and purposes, his friends want to see him make and play. And you get your noisy people in there like, I sure wish they'd fix the bugs. Like, I sure wish you'd understand it's one dude. But at the end of the day,
One guy,
I
man.
don't care if I have product disappear out of my inventory for some reason. Like, oh, well, I guess that fell out of my pocket while I was running from the police. That happens. It's a thing. Whatever. I still love my optimized cocaine farm inside this warehouse. Sure is fun to watch these employees uh, toss a bunch of coca leaves into a cauldron with gasoline. Which, by the way, don't do drugs. Not cool,
Yeah,
man.
you shouldn't do that
Actually,
unless
watching the
your doctor
process
prescribes
of.
them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I stomped all over you there. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's unless your doctor prescribes them,
Yep, absolutely.
then you can
Listen,
take drugs.
listen to your doctor. Yeah. But watching the process, you actually have to, if you were to make the cocaine or meth yourself, you actually have to do the process. There's, we call it diegetic is the word for, in-game physicality of anything. Which I'll pivot to Dead Space in a minute. Diegesis is something it did really well. But you physically have to pick up the pseudoephedrine. You physically have to pour in the red phosphorus. You physically have to pour in the acid. Then you got to boil it at a just such a right, because if you boil it too hot, it'll explode and kill you. And then you got to pour it in and cook it. Just watching that process, why? Why would
Hmm.
anybody? It seems like insanity, right?
A lot, yeah.
But hey, shout outs to Heisenberg. Found your market and exploit it, I guess.
You did it. Hey, Nathan, so do you think that with what you're learning in Schedule 1, um, do you think you could manage a venture of that scale?
I think so. Maybe not.
Like just logistically, of course, from a
Uh,
logistical standpoint.
absolutely. I don't think I have the nuts to be a drug lord. I'm not a Tuco, okay? I'm just never going to be that guy. But logistically, absolutely, 100%. And not just in Schedule 1, but you could see that type of thinking. There's a lot of games that type of thinking permeates these days. You've got your Astroneer, which,
Factorio.
oh my God, Factorio, you ripped that right out of my brain. That is the quintessential management uh, automation game, with a close second being Satisfactory. Because Satisfactory is very much that first person, I'm in the factory, not just floating above it. But both of them go hand in hand. I'm drilling for ore. I'm putting the ore and it's coming out as bars. I'm gonna flatten those bars into sheets, and then I'm gonna make houses out of that. And then I'm gonna keep going and expanding and expanding. I could absolutely do that. That would be a lot of fun. Um. Oh man,
Shout out
look,
to Schedule 1.
yes, Schedule 1. Go buy Schedule 1. I'm going to go ahead and say that outright. If you're on Steam, go buy Schedule 1 right now and support that indie dev. Because not only will you be supporting Tyler in his adventure to be the game dev that he wants to be, but that game's just fun as shit. You can get 4 people in that lobby and go ham on making your drug empire as big as possible. That said, I am going to have to kind of wrap up the podcast right about here. I am still allergic as a dog, and all this talking here is really doing a number on my throat. So, unfortunately, we'll have to cut it short right about now. But man, it was good to have like a one-on-one conversation with you about some of this stuff,
Yeah, it
and
was
kind of
fun.
dig into your loves and hatreds in the Dark Souls series.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. It was a fun time. And I just want to say this because I feel like we've been good, so I deserve to say it. Um, Microtransactions suck. Thank you.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. The first time anybody's ever said that. Microtransactions are awful. That said, we're going to go ahead and end on that note. I just want to thank everybody for listening. Shout outs to all of our listeners, all of our subscribers. Go ahead and tell your friends, tell your family. We want our terrible opinions to be foisted upon unwitting ears, as many as possible. Because at the end of the day, we just want to talk about the things that we love, and we just want to have fun playing video games. That is, of course, our motto here at the Umbrella Fight. We just want to have fun.
It is.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys next time. And I want to remind you before I go that you're loved, you're awesome, and what you do matters. So pick up the phone, call your mom, call your
Call
dad,
your mom.
call your friends, call your family. Tell them that you love them, because life is too damn short. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and cue up the music. Peace.